Yo, hit the speaker box loud, hitting that stuff till you hearing that sound.
Alrighty, first things first, we're going to start with our camera body. We've got the EOS, or the Canon EOS R5. For this video, I'm not going to go too much into detail on each individual product, but I will link all of the products and pieces that we're going to be using today in the description. So check out that if you're looking for a specific piece, or if you're just looking at a complete camera build or camera rig build. So we're going to be starting off with the Canon EOS R5 for our body. The first thing that we're going to add is going to be our cage. Now this is the Tilta full camera cage for the Canon EOS R5 or R6, so it works with both camera bodies. In this case, we're using the Canon R5. So let's go ahead and get this put in there, like so. There we go. Now we've got our camera cage put on there. Since I'm using the a mirrorless with an RF mount, and the lens I'm going to be using is going to be an EF mount, so I'm going to do a RF to EF conversion, and that's this guy right here. And up next is our Canon EF 24 to 70mm 2.8. Fantastic lens. All right. Let's see, next we're gonna go ahead and put on our Tilta top handle. This is a quick release top handle. I love this, this handle because you can put it on either way. For this instance, we're gonna put it on, this way, and just screws on just like that. See how quick that is. The rails that I've chosen for this build are the small rig 15mm carbon fiber rods. I've done the 12-inch rods, so we just need 2 of those. I'm gonna start with those. So we're gonna take our 2 15mm rods, and then we're also going to be pairing that with the small rig DSLR and mirrorless quick release clamp. So let's get this guy right here. We're gonna get these rods tightened down in here. That looks about right. Alrighty, up next we're gonna build the back half of the build here. And so that's going to involve our cheese plate. We've got our small rig, super lightweight 15mm rail block. And then also we've got our Nitzy V-mount battery plates. Right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna mount our cheese plate with our rail block. All right, now we've got this combo here. Okay. Then we're going to take our V-mount plate and we're going to mount it directly with our cheese plate. All right. Leaves us with this. So we've got our rail block on the bottom, cheese plate, and then our V-mount for our V-mount battery. Love this V-mount because you've got a couple different options here. You've got 2 D-taps, 1 on each side. You've got a USB-C, your quick release, and then you have an 8-volt up here as well, which is awesome. And we're gonna loosen these up and slide it right on the back side of our rail system. There it goes. Perfect, just like this. What we've got so far. So our small rig camera base plate. And so it comes with our base plate here, and then what we're going to attach to our rail system. Awesome. All right, then we're going to move right back over to our camera body itself. We're going to attach our base plate. that to the rail system. We're going to be adding on a, let's see, so we're going to be adding on our quick release video plate. And this is going to, for my tripod, this is what's going to connect to it. Awesome. Put that video plate on the bottom. We've got a quick release up top. V-mount battery. Awesome. Cool. So heading back over to the camera body itself, what we're going to do is we're going to add a dummy battery. That way we can power the camera and we can power everything else off of our V-mount battery. So we're going to use this guy right here, the Condor Blue dummy battery. So what we're going to do is we're going to just slide it in normally like we would. And then on the R5, you got a little slot here that you can loop your cord, just like that. All right, so it's that easy, and that goes right to a D-tap connection. This is the side handle that I chose. It's a left-hand side handle. I believe this is made by Nicey Rig. I believe that's how it's pronounced. It's the Rosette wooden handle grip. And we're going to use this adapter here so that we can attach it to a rail system. So we're going to slide that on the left side and go ahead and tighten that on. Perfect, just like that. Let's go ahead and put our camera. All right. So we can go ahead and loop this around. You can do a couple loops around here if you want to. I think it just keeps the cord out of the way just a tad. And we'll go make our D-tap connection like so. So this is a small rig 15mm long lens support bracket. So it's going to use that same reel system, the 15mm. Let's go ahead and loosen those up. And we'll get this added to the front. It just gives a little bit more support with those rails, just like so. Alrighty, so this is where we're at. We've got most of our major components put on already. So up next, we're gonna go ahead and mount our monitor. So with that, we're gonna need a couple things. We're gonna need this NATO rail and our small rig video monitor attachment here. These things are awesome. I use these on like gimbal rigs, all types of different uses. It's awesome when you're going to mount a monitor. I think it's the easiest, and it's easy to articulate the monitor around like on site. What we're gonna do here is, personally, I like to mount it right here on the front of the top handle. You can mount it on the top if you're mounting something else on the front, or if that's your personal preference, but I personally like to just go ahead and mount it on the front, and I'll show you why here in a second. Perfect. And then this small rig attachment, all it's going to do is it's going to slide right on. There we go. We'll go ahead and get that locked. Perfect. We're going to take our monitor, which is our Atomos Shinobi 4K. This thing right here is awesome for the price. You can't beat it. It's super lightweight. It actually has an SD card slot. You can load in different LUTs. It is awesome. Just like the angle with mounting it up top. So you're shooting real low, you can flip it down and look from above. You have a really good angle right here. It's not in your way of holding. And then you can also turn from side to side. So yeah, super cool attachment here from Small Rig. Go ahead and get our battery on here. I have two different batteries that I would recommend for this build. Are awesome. I get lots of use out of them. Most of the time, one of these batteries will last me an entire shoot for the day, but definitely just having two batteries on hand definitely will last me the entire shoot, entire day, no issues. My personal favorite is this Artman. It's 99 watts. It's got a little digital LCD screen on it that shows your battery percentage. You've got a couple different options here. You've got your USB-A out, you've got like an old classic USB, and you've got USB-C. As well as on the side, you've got a D-tap here, which just makes it all around have a lot of different options to use. This other King TV is also 99 watts. You've got a USB-A on top and then a D-tap on each side here. So let's go ahead and hook up this one here into our V-mount. There we go. Looks nice. All right. So another thing I like about, like I said, this Nitsy mount, you can just go straight with the mount. So when you're changing batteries, you don't necessarily have to unplug everything. The mount has all of your connections anyway. So we already have our camera powered by our dummy battery down here, going into the D-tap connection on our mount. So as far as powering the monitor, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna use this, this battery eliminator made by Atomos. And so we're just gonna plug it in right here on the back. Or this is like a right angle DC power patch cable. So we're gonna throw this in there, and then we're gonna loop it around. And we actually have our 8-volt right here on our connector. How we're gonna get our video feed into our monitor. And so I've just got like a right angle mini HDMI to an HDMI. So we're gonna go HDMI into the monitor, and our mini HDMI is gonna connect to our R5. And I actually have this little mount here that keeps, it's like a cable keeper. And so we're going to make sure this guy gets screwed in here. So we've got the cable keeper put in there. There we go. We've got our coiled HDMI cable, which I tend to like, keeps things out of the way. Let's take a look at our matte box from Small Rig. This is the Small Rig lightweight matte box. It comes with a couple different attachments here. That way, like adapter rings, that way you could use it on different lenses. So I believe it comes with an 82 millimeter, a 72 millimeter, as well as let's see what we've got here, a 67 millimeter and our 77 millimeter. So today, with this build, I've got a 77 millimeter. So we're going to attach that to the lens here. And the matte box, just loosen this up here. What I like about this matte box as well is this top part is removable. So we'll go ahead and take that off for now. What I've got on here is an ND filter. And so these are the 4x565 ND filters by Small Rig. I think they sell them, maybe 6 or 7 different ones. This is the 1.2. Serves 2 purposes for me. It's gonna be a protectant for my lens, but also as the ND filter itself. And this matte box also fits two inserts. So you've got a 1 slot and a 2 slot. So we're gonna put it on the 1 slot here. And in it goes. And we'll tighten it back up. And we'll close that. Awesome. Alrighty. So I've got the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus here with the dead cap for the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus, which I really like. It's a little difficult getting it onto the microphone itself, but it's fantastic as far as sound quality goes. So on this build, I put the Tilta Cage has a mount right here. This is like a cold shoe mount. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna slide it in there and tighten it down. Perfect spot. And then it is right beside our microphone input for the camera, which goes right there. Awesome. And that is pretty much it, y'all. That is my Canon R5 build. I pretty much watched, I don't know, I'd say 15 to 20 videos on YouTube before I decided on this build, just kind of piecing together some different things. So yeah, hope you guys like this. I've shot some really cool projects with this build. It can be used as a run and gun. It's just a little bit heavier, but that kind of gives you that stability that's needed. So let me know what you guys think about this build in the comments. Yes, that is pretty much, that is my Canon R5 build.